Thel, the soon-to-be Arbiter, was almost eliminated by a single Spartan, and it's never talked about in Halo lore. Why is no one discussing this, alright? And I'm not talking about this moment, not with Master Chief. This is another Spartan that actually got the jump on him, and this was the first recorded contact that the UNSC ever had with this Zealot, alright? This is really cool stuff, really cool lore. Let's go ahead and jump into it. This video is supported by Audible. Snag yourself a free Halo audiobook, link down in the description. So firstly, I want to introduce Jay, and there's a reason why I think I need to cover this for context later. Jay is probably one of my favorite non-major characters in Halo lore. Unlike a lot of Spartan 2s who found meaning and purpose after their conscription, Jay, as his two teammates, all wanted to quit. He wanted to attack trainers, break their ankles, lead them to losing their eyes, fingers, toes, and so on, and after conscription, Jay attempted to quit for the first 5 months after his training, when he was 6, getting captured every single time. And something pretty profound that never really happened before happened, and this was a personal meeting with Dr. Halsey, who actually gave him the option to quit, to go home, to be with his family and friends again, on the condition that he'd undergo neuroparalysis that would make him forget everything about the program, and he definitely would have done this if it wasn't for him crushing on Spartan 2, Adrena 111. But we talked about that in a different video, which I've linked down below. So what led this attack on Thel? Well, let me try to make this as quick as possible and give you some context for everything that led up to this very interesting attack. And that is that Jay gave up escaping and became the leader of a misfit group of Spartan 2s that included Adriana, his crush, and Michael 120. These 3 Spartans were all troublesome in their own ways, so they were put together and given the longest leash imaginable, probably the longest that any soldier's been given in Halo lore. They were sent behind enemy lines in order to destroy targets of opportunity, Covenant leaders, ships, and so on. It was 2535 when Grey Team was sent behind enemy lines to destroy navigation data, and of course they ran into some trouble. They were sent to a place called Rubble, an asteroid space station built by insurrectionists. This was a place, a home of survivors to a planet that got destroyed by the Covenant. These survivors were working with Kigyar, believe it or not. And these humans actually had an alliance with a small fleet of Kigyar to trade weapons and slip space drives with. Big surprise, the Kigyar were actually, at least supposedly, undercover, and were told by the prophets to steal important information from the humans, which would, of course, help them find Earth and other human colonies. And this navigation data was at risk and had to be destroyed. Well, there was this idiot named Bonifacio something, one of the leaders of this rebel place. He wanted to sell this data to the Kigyar leader named Reth. Now, at this point, Thel was an elite Zealot soldier. He wasn't very high on the totem pole, wasn't very super important. This is shortly before he became Supreme Commander. Well, the Prophet of Regret met with Thel in person, and while all this stuff was going on with Grey Team, Regret informed him that humans were wielding forbidden weapons, modified human Covenant hybrid weapons. So Thel was sent to go find this place, this illegal trading going on, to find Rubble, and was attacked by a brute chieftain, which was not a rebel, but he wanted to take credit for finding this treasonous thing that was going on. And taken by surprise, Thel got his ship destroyed and then was soon after taken prisoner. So we're getting to the good part, I promise. Adrena and Mike, the other 2 Spartans of Grey Team, chased that traitor down. Meanwhile, Jay freed the UNSC Midsummer crew and even released Lieutenant Jacob Keyes, who happened to be in the middle of this situation too. And they soon after raided the Kigyar rebel ship known as Infinite Spoils, which you can see in this terminal cutscene here. At this time though, Thel and his crew had managed to escape their imprisonment on Rubble and went to Infinite Spoils' craft to also get aboard and take over the ship. Upon boarding the ship, a huge fight was happening between the UNSC and Kigyar, and this official animated scene here is what really led to me talking about all this, because this is really cool. Jay is pretty much skulking around the ship, running around, kind of freaking Thel out, and managed to actually get the jump on him, John Forge style, absolutely love this, leaping onto his abdomen, slamming him down on the ground, and he is so close on assassinating him. Again, Thel is not that big of a target. It's not someone to sacrifice your life for at this point, so That's why I think Jay gave up so easily here, but Jay starts with this brutal elbow hit to the jaw and almost blows his head off shortly after. And dude, he just, like a soda can, Thel snaps that AR, almost stabs him next, and then we get a headbutt back. And that's when Jay is forced to run off after receiving fire from Thel's backup. Now, it would have been very useful in some ways to take out Thel here in the moment. Thankfully, it didn't happen because in a way, it led to humanity being saved, even though Thel went on to destroy Reach and pretty much pursue Master Chief throughout Halo 1 and 2. However, really cool stuff here that Thel was almost defeated by just one Spartan, accidentally. You can learn more about this story reading Halo: The Cole Protocol. That's where I got this from, down in the description below. You can use my link, and that would be really helpful for supporting me in the channel. I really miss doing lore, so I'm happy to be doing this again. I'll catch you guys soon. Peace.